The word is getting around like wildfire. The company behind XRP is getting closer to a huge win in its long-running fight with the US Securities and Exchange Commission. But what does this mean for the future of XRP? Why do so many people think its value could skyrocket to an unbelievable $8,300? Plans for a village between the case between the SEC and Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse is not just another legal twist in an already long story. It could be a game changer for years to come in the world of cryptocurrencies. Ripple and the SEC are in a heated argument over whether XRP is a security or a currency. This legal confusion has kept many investors on edge because the case could either take XRP to new heights or bring it to a halt, leave it to struggle to stay alive. First, what makes this deal so important? When two sides reach a settlement, they agree to end their legal battle instead of continuing to fight it out in court. If the SEC drops its case against Ripple, it could allow XRP to grow without the threat of legal trouble. Investors who have been people who were afraid to invest in XRP because of its legal risks might suddenly feel confident and start pouring money into the cryptocurrency. The market's reaction to this kind of clarity could be nothing short of explosive. It could end years of uncertainty and win back the trust of investors, traders, and companies that have been waiting for a reason to get back into the market. Why did you guess $8,300? Even though this may seem like a very large number, people are excited because they think that once the SEC case is over, XRP's value could go through the roof. If Ripple's legal problems are fully settled, it could cause a wave of positive sentiment that drives its price to levels that were previously thought impossible. Not possible. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies are known for having wild price swings, but a settlement of this size would make the market feel safer. XRP could become one of the most valuable cryptocurrencies, competing with the big names in the field. Remember that one of the best things about trading in has always been the chance to make a lot of money. Coins, and the future of XRP might not be any different of it's not just the settlement that matters, it's what the settlement means. It's a sign that the rules governing cryptocurrencies may be changing. The outcome of this case could set a standard for other cryptocurrencies that are currently being investigated by the law. If XRP can win, it might make it possible for other businesses to run with more trust and fewer legal problems. It might seem impossible for XRP's price to reach $8,300, but the way is now open for this cryptocurrency to rise like never before. The market is paying close attention, and Ripple's next moves could very well decide the future of XRP and the cryptocurrency market as a whole. Now that this long legal battle is over, the question isn't just whether XRP will rise, but by how much. The potential for huge growth is within reach, and this settlement could have an effect on the whole cryptocurrency industry. Will XRP reach $8,300? Only time will tell, but the opportunities have never seemed better. Exciting to understand where Ripple is now. We need to look back at how it all began with XRP. Ripple is not just another cryptocurrency, it is a company whose goal is to change the way money is handled. While Bitcoin and Ethereum were getting attention for their decentralized networks and smart contracts, Ripple was working on XRP, powers of contracts. Ripple took a different approach. Its main goal was to make cross-border payments quick and cheap. Its goal was to let banks and payment providers send money across borders in seconds instead of days, all while keeping costs very low. XRP, the cryptocurrency that runs the Ripple network, was created to act as a link between different foreign currencies. It lets banks and payment companies send money to other countries without using slow and expensive standard banking channels. Well-known names in the banking and payments businesses were interested in Ripple's unique way of handling money. It's not surprising that American Express, PNC, and Santander are all interested in Ripple's technology. If XRP could help them save time and money, that would be a huge win. However, things took a dramatic turn in December 2020 when the US SEC sued Ripple Labs, saying that XRP was an unregistered security and that Ripple's sale of XRP violated US law. People who work with cryptocurrencies were shocked by this lawsuit and securities rules for years. The SEC's action was seen as a major setback because XRP had been acting as a digital asset and had legal support from many players in the finance sector. The legal fight was long and drawn out, with Ripple adamant that XRP should be considered a currency, not a security. The case against the SEC had a lot of effects. Many exchanges, including Coinbase, decided to take XRP off their lists, which caused its price to drop sharply. Investors who weren't sure about the future started pulling their money out of XRP, and the case made it a risky bet for both traders and investors. The legal cloud over XRP's future was a major problem. It looked like the project's fate was hanging in the balance when they hit a problem, but Ripple stayed strong throughout the case. CEO Brad Garlinghouse and the rest of the company's leaders have said many times that they are sure their case is strong. Ripple said the SEC's case was unfair and didn't make sense because other cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum had already been sued, working without having to deal with similar regulatory problems. Also, they made it clear that XRP was made to work with the current banking system, not against it. Ripple's argument was clear. XRP was a way to make the world's financial system better, not a traditional security. As the court case went on, this became clear. There was a start to building there were signs that the SEC's view on regulating cryptocurrencies was changing, and Ripple's team stayed hopeful that the courts would eventually side with them. They had a strong case that was backed by a number of experts and financial institutions. The company has even said that the SEC's moves hurt the whole cryptocurrency market, not just Ripple. The business has been looking for clear regulations. Fast forward to now, and we're on the verge of a possible breakthrough after years of legal uncertainty. According to reports, Ripple and the SEC have come up with a plan for a deal, but the specifics are still being worked out. This event could be the end of a long line of legal battles for the XRP and Ripple. Not only would a settlement make Ripple's operations more legal, it would also give the cryptocurrency market much-needed stability. Investors are already guessing what this could mean for XRP's future, and the excitement about the possible price jump is palpable. With a settlement in hand, Ripple and XRP could finally be. The market is ready for clarity, now that they are free from the legal problems that have been holding them back. This proposed settlement could give Ripple and XRP a lot of new chances, and even raise the value of XRP to all-time highs. So now that you know more about Ripple and the problems it had, let's talk about the most exciting part: how much XRP could go through the roof, maybe even reaching $8,300. This prediction has caused a lot of debate, and it's important to know what led to this bold claim. To start, let's look at how XRP has done in the past.